Morning, class 10. In my previous lectures, I have discussed with you the chemical control and coordination in human beings. Now, we will discuss the human nervous system, or you can say the nervous control and coordination in human being. So basically, the nervous system, if you see, it is made up of two parts: the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. If you talk about the central nervous system, so it is only made up of these two things, that is brain and the spinal cord. On the other hand, the peripheral nervous system, peripheral means which is present in the um, edges or in the surrounding of anything. So if you see, this is your center, means central nervous system means the brain and spinal cord, and the things which originate from here are compose the peripheral nervous system. So peripheral nervous system is basically formed by the nerves which originate either from the brain or from the spinal cord. So these basically are known as cranial nerves or the spinal nerves, which form these peripheral nervous system, which is present in the your hand, your leg, in your internal organs. Other than brain and spinal cord, whatever the things are present which is related to your neurons or the nerves that compose the peripheral nervous system. Let us see this one in this diagram. It is very clear that this is the brain part, which is present in the skull or the your skull cavity or the cranial cavity, and from that you will see that one small cord like structure originate, which is covered by the vertebral column, or you can say the backbone. This is known as spinal cord. So this is your central nervous system, which is present here, which is actually the main controlling body of your nervous system, of means the main control center of your body. Then there is peripheral nervous system, which is composed of these many parts. Say this central nervous system, as I told, this is present in this region only, where the spinal cord and the brain is present. So the nerves which are present here, you can say these are the central nerves. Then comes the cranial nerves, or the cranial nerves which originate from the brain to your this portion only, that is your face, your eyes, your mouth, your ear, eye, nose, everywhere. Whatever means all the nerves which originate from the brain and which are present in your only above your neck part or in your face part mostly, these nerves are known as the cranial nerves. And then comes the peripheral nerves. Peripheral nerves originate from your spinal cord, and these are scattered in your arms, your legs, and all the external organs. And there is one more kind of nerves which are known as autonomic nerves. Autonomic nerves originate from the spinal cord or the brain, and these are found scattered in your internal organs, like your stomach, your intestine, your heart. On these structures, these autonomic nerves are present. The function of autonomic nerves is to give you involuntary actions, or the actions which are carried out in your body without your thinking of the brain. Where brain is not required, such kind of actions are known as autonomic nervous responses, and these are controlled by autonomic nervous system, which is composed of autonomic nerves which are present in your internal organs. And peripheral nerves, these are responsible for the movement which occur in your body according to your wish, means the brain controls these actions. So if I am saying that nerves, so basically what these nerves are basically made of these structures. This structure is known as neuron, and structure I have told you in class 9th also, that this neuron or the nerve cell is made up of basically basically three parts, that is cyton, axon, and dendrites. These three parts are present in the neuron or the nerve cells. These nerve cells are basically, if you see, this cyton part is also known as cell body, and it is basically the place from where the means dendrite carry the means take up the impulses from rest of the body or the organs, and these impulses are brought to the cell body, and from here these travel towards the axon terminal, and from there these travel to other neuron. So basically neuron is the unit of the nervous system which actually carries the impulses from one place to other, means from your hand to your brain, from your finger to your brain, from your legs to your brain, from your heart to your brain. These are the neurons which are found scattered in your body, and these neurons, this axon part is found covered with a kind of covering which is known as myelin sheath. And between these two neurons, if you see this axon terminal, these found connected to the other axon, and from here these axons, means there is kind of a gap which is known as synapse. I'll show you later on. So let us see the detailed diagram, and just to recall, you can simply revise the portion which you have already studied in class 9th, that this is the cell body or the cyton, which is having a nucleus and all the cell organelles are present, and cytoplasm is also present, mitochondria is present, and this cell body is extended into these branch like structures which are known as dendrites. These actually take up the impulses or the chemical signals. These take up the chemical signals, and these convert into a electrical form, or those electrical transmissions travel from the cyton through the axon to the axon terminal, through which other neurons are connected. Myelin sheath, as I told you, these are present for protecting the axon from the short circuiting, because when the means impulses are carrying from this region to this region, they are having some kind of charges. So these electrochemical signals, if these jump out of this portion, then these can cause spark. That is why there is a kind of what do you say, these there is a kind of covering around it. Node of Renoir is present, which actually gives a kind of means some breaking in the myelin sheath is present, so that the electrical transmissions can easily move from one place to other place. There should be some kind of breaking. So this is the structure of neuron. Now let us see how the neurons are arranged. Basically all the neurons are arranged. This is the axon part, and this is axon terminal, and this is the other part. It could be a receptor, it could be a kind of a nerve which is functioning as a receptor. Receptor is basically a kind of nerve which receives the impulses from the environment. Like if it is hot, then these kind of receptors or the nerves will identify that this temperature has risen. It can be a receptor of the touch, which will make you feel that there is something which has touched your skin. So these receptors, if you see, these nerves are found attached, or are found adjacent to the other neuron, and there is a kind of gap between them. This gap is known as synapse. Synapse is basically a kind of gap present between two axon, means two neurons, and there the chemicals which are released from the axons, these travel from one part to other part by releasing these chemicals through this axon, and these jump out to reach here in the receptors. So these are the synapses which are present in the axon terminals. Now let us see what are different types of the neurons. Neurons are basically of three types: sensory neurons, motor neurons, and relay neurons. Sensory neurons, if you see, these sensory neurons, they are having some different kind of structure, and these neurons are basically present to carry the impulses from any organ to any to the brain or the spinal cord. Okay, sensory neurons help in taking the impulses. Okay, impulse means the electrochemical signals. These carry the impulses from organs to the brain or the spinal cord. So these are known as sensory neurons. These will receive the stimulus and take it to the brain or the spinal cord, so that these can identify what action is to be done. On the other hand, there are some neurons which are known as motor neurons. The function of motor neuron is to take the messages in the form of impulses to from brain or the spinal cord to the receptor or the effector organ. Effector, you will say effector organ. Okay, effector and receptor I'll explain you when I'll explain you the reflex action. At that time it will be more clear. Effector is basically the organ which has received the stimulus from the surrounding. If you have seen anything from your eyes, then at that time your eyes have received the stimulus of vision, and then that vision or the message has been transported from your eyes to the brain by the sensory neurons. And after that, from the means, if you have seen anything, and your brain will decipher that image, that this image is that image belongs to a cat, dog, or anything, then that message will be conveyed from your brain to your eyes by the motor neurons. Okay, then comes the relaying neurons. You can say these neurons are mixed in nature, because these are present between the sensory and the motor neuron. So basically these neurons are basically communicating between these two. If sensory neuron has taken the sensations, or these have carried the these have taken the stimulus, or these have caught the stimulus, then those stimulus will be converted into some chemicals, and these will reach to the motor neurons, and these will be converted into a response. That response will again be converted into a electrochemical signal, and that will be conveyed again back to the sensory neurons. And this communication between these two occurs by the relay neurons, or these are also known as mixed neuron, because these are functioning in both way. These are taking impulses from brain to the receptor organ, and from receptor organ to the brain. That is why you can say these are also known as mixed neurons. Now let us see how the transmission of messages occurs through the neurons. So basically here this is the dendrite which catches the impulses, and it is brought to the in this cyton part. In this cyton part, some in the cytoplasm, some chemicals are present which convert this electrical impulses into some chemical impulses. These convert into a chemical form, and then from the cyton it comes to the axon hillock. Then from axon hillock it comes to the axon, and from axon it comes to the the synapse, which is present, which is the gap between these two at axon terminal. These chemicals which are present here in this first neuron, this you can say N1, these will be carried to the N2 by these chemicals will jump over from this terminal to the dendrites which are present here, or the axons, dendrites which are present here in this kind of cyton, and again these impulses will be carried to the other one, and from there to other one. So this is how the nerve impulses travel from one part of your body to other part of your body by in the form of electrochemical signals, which is, you can say, these are also known as electrochemical transmissions. So now this topic is complete. On my next turn, I'll explain you, most probably I will explain you the structure of your central nervous system, which is brain and the spinal cord. I'll take any one. I'll take either spinal cord or the brain. And if you have any query regarding this topic, you can ask during the class. Thank you, class.